The only album I really like by certain bands. These are gonna be popular bands, albums. Um, Strong opinions, you may agree or disagree. You can leave it in the comments. Which one is your favorite? You may know the feeling that you only like or need in your collection only one album by a certain band, and that's just enough. Sometimes I revisit certain albums, but with these, I'm pretty sure it's the only one I really like. So let's have a look at the first one. This is Darkthrone with The Cult Is Alive. This is not one of their classic albums from the early years, so people would disagree that I choose this one over many others, like Panzerfaust or Under a Full Moon, but I'll stick with this one. This is one. It's just great, gritty, dirty black speed metal, old school style, very raw. This one came out just before their crust punk periods with the FOAD, Circle the Wagons, and Dark Thrones and Black Flags, the trilogy. Although I think there's a few songs that could have ended up on the albums, the other albums, like Graveyard Sluts and Whiskey Funeral. But I couldn't have. I don't really like or love other Darkthrone albums. This is just perfect for me. Also black metal. We have Marduk with Panzer Division. Although I can appreciate some other albums by Marduk, this is the one I prefer. It's a very fast, aggressive black speed metal, very short album, straight to the point. The album cover is very in your face. I am sure this delivered quite a shock when this came out. It's just like the rain and blood of black metal. Candlemass, Ancient Dreams. This is the first Candlemass album I heard, still my favorite. I dig some other songs, but as an album, this one is it for me. I think the band was at their peak on this album, and the compositions really prove that. Great album. Then we have Betty by Helmet. Many would prefer Meantime, but I don't really dig that album. You could say pretty similar, but this is the one for me. A bit long, but it's heavy. To me it just crushes all the other albums. Classic noise rock stuff. Next up is Propane with Foul Taste of Freedom. This is the debut of Propane. It has Still a crossover sound and style, with some added grooves and rap. Um, there's even a song with a horn section, which is also cool. Very angry vocals. It really sounds like a New York band. Um, After this album, they somewhat homogenized their sound, if you can say that. They never really returned to this style, I think. Well, I still enjoy to watch them live. And they're also one of the most consistent of these crossover bands. They still play today and release albums. But I'll stick with this one. This is just great. I don't need to hear the other albums again. This is perfect for me. Next, Testament with Low. This is a very unpopular album on many rankings I have watched on YouTube. This usually ends up really low. But for me this is just a perfect album because it's just heavier than all of their early releases. I used to own The Legacy and The New Order. I got bored with it, just didn't stick with me, not as hard as the other Thrash albums. But I still have this one. The production is awesome. They have on this album prog elements of death metal. The dynamics are very good. The playing style. This features also Peter Murphy, who was guitar player for the death metal bands, and Obituary as well on the I don't know which album, second album I think. All the way through, first to the last song, all great stuff, I think. Karma to Burn, also debut album. This is the only album with a singer on all songs, or most of the songs. I think so, a few instrumentals still. I think the southern style vocals really go along well with the music. That's why I prefer Karma to Burn with vocals. This contains many of their classic songs they would perform instrumentally, and well, I still enjoy other instrumental songs, but as an album, this is great. So other people may disagree. They would prefer the instrumental Karma to Burn. To each one his opinion, but this is a classic heavy blues album. Yeah. Rush, debut album. This is the only non-prog album. Very hard rock in style. Heavy Led Zeppelin like riffs. A classic album I would recommend to anyone if you're interested in 70s. This would be in the top 10, I guess. I do like some songs from later on, like Limelight, Tom Sawyer, Anthem from the second album, also a cool song, The Spirit of the Radio, but most of the prog stuff I don't really dig. I'll stick with this one. Next up, Kiss Hotter Than Hell. This is the only Kiss album that does it for me. It's a excellent album. I used to own Rock and Roll Over and Music for the Elder, which I think these are good albums. Not a big Kiss fan, but if you want me to recommend a Kiss album, I would pick this one. And as a last one, the Black Keys with Rubber Factory. The Black Keys is a well-known blues rock duo, and on this album they really made a classic album, I think. As a duo, they sound really powerful. The songs are well written. You can obviously hear some of the old blues rock influences, but they really stick out head and shoulders above other contemporary blues rock, I think. I'm not a really big blues rock fan, so it's good to have a great album among all the others. So that's it. I like to say that this you may be a fan of all these bands and like several more albums, but maybe for another video I will show you other bands where I own 4, 5, 6 more albums. So you can leave in the comments which other albums you like by these bands. I will maybe revisit them and change my opinion or not. Let's see. Thanks for watching. Bye.